Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. WTF are some people's problems? Like, damn, chill. Let the guy do his job that he's done thousands of times. In the first story, our OP and his coworkers had a good laugh while a customer was messing around in their warehouse. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. I don't want you to use that tape. It's all we have. I don't care. There was nothing I like better as a warehouse worker than a customer telling me how to bag up a sofa they'd purchased. Never mind that from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., I bagged and loaded hundreds of sofas, all with the precision and ease that comes with such repetitious work. On this particular day, it was a busy one. We had our Thursday stock transfer come in, and boy, oh boy, was it a big transfer. As I was going over the stock transfer list, I look up and see a random guy wandering around the warehouse. No safety vests, no steel cap boots. This can only be a customer. I walk over and say in my best customer service voice, me, "Can I help you, sir?" Customer, F off. All my offsiders stop what they're doing. I can feel the New Zealand rage of my coworkers building. I give them all a nod and turn back to this douche nozzle. Me, "Sir, you can't be back here." Customer ignores me. Me, "Sir, if you injure yourself, we're in no way liable." Customer wanders back into the store, continuing to ignore me. My warehouse team looks at me, and we all share a laugh at this guy's expense. We go back to work when suddenly a salesperson comes in holding a nice, crisp sales receipt. Someone has bought a clearance sofa bed, and guess who it is? Douchebag customer. So the guys start bagging the sofa bed as I keep checking the transfer. A few minutes go by when we hear a bang. We all look up, and this jerk has reversed his car into the warehouse and is backed into some stock. He gets out, walks over, oblivious to the stock he's just backed into, and begins to inspect the packing job. Customer, "Why is there only one bag? I wanted the sofa double bagged." Me, "No problem, sir. We're just finishing taping up this bag." Customer, "What tape are you using?" Me, "Industrial strength backing tape." Customer, "I've never heard of it." Me, silent, not sure how to respond. Customer, "I don't like it." Me, "The sofa?" Customer, "The tape. I don't like it. Take it off." Me, "But sir." Customer, yelling, "Take off the effing tape." You got it, Chief. I complied with his request, quickly and professionally. The warehouse boys and the contract driver who delivered our transfer watch as this guy grabs the end of his lounge by the sofa bag, he braces himself, and jerks the lounge towards his car. However, without tape, the lounge slides out of the bag and flips off the end of the loading dock, crashing into a puddle of old, smelly rainwater that's accumulated there over the past few weeks. Imagine management's surprise when all the warehouse workers stated that the customer had requested that his sofa remain unsealed with tape. And our second story. Unless you can find me something cheaper, we're going with my plan. Game on. I have an adoring cat named Minnie, and like most people owned by cats, I try to ensure that Minnie has everything she'll ever need. One of said things is a scratching post so she doesn't tear up the carpet in our apartment. Unfortunately, the one she has now has been scratched down to the wood. My father, who's a notorious cheapskate, decided upon seeing the poor condition of said post that he can just cover the scratching post with more carpet. When I tried to argue that it'd be much less hassle/cheaper to get her a new scratching post, he said, "I'm not wasting money on something she's just gonna tear up when I can just fix it." Well, today my father decided it would be the day we fixed the scratching post. So we went to the hardware store and started looking for carpets, staple guns, glue, and the like. And I was beginning to realize I was going to be spending my Sunday working on something that I could just buy. When I raised my objections yet again, my father, unwittingly, set up his own trap. "Unless you can find me something cheaper, we're going with my plan." I looked at my brother, Kevin, who's just as annoyed as I am at my father's insistence of being boneheaded stubborn, and opened the calculator app on my phone. He got on to finding scratching posts at PetSmart, I tallied up all the prices of the stuff we needed while my brother searched for what Minnie needed. Just as we were about to head to check out, I stopped our father. Me. Hey, Dad, you have $45.72 not counting tax? Father. Yeah, I've got enough. Were you tallying up everything? Me. Yep. Look at Kevin. So do you have a good option? Kevin. Yep. Shows phone. We can get this one for $25.99 not counting tax. At this point, my father went white. Are you sure that's the one you want? Me. Yep, that's the one. After all, I'm only trying to save time and money for you. As our father put things away and slunk off to the car, Kevin and I high-fived each other. So Minnie has her brand new scratching post, and our father is quietly eating crow at having been outsmarted by his two kids. Edit. Okay, I do owe some explanations. My father, in addition to being a cheapskate, is a bit of an arrogant jerk who doesn't like it whenever he's proven wrong and likes to show off how smart he is. Also, this wasn't a chance for us to do something fun together because it would have been us doing the work and him supervising and then getting mad whenever something didn't go according to plan, even if he doesn't do a good enough job explaining it. He also has a really bad habit of buying things that you really don't need. Seriously, we have 6 or 7 screwdrivers that we've used maybe once or twice in the 6 years we've owned them. We also own 2 full-size toolkits, which he bought because the second one had the tool he needed. Don't ask me why he didn't just buy the tool, because I don't know. He just showed up with the extra toolkit and didn't take it back with him. We have very limited storage space in our apartment, so it's a big pain whenever he just leaves stuff behind that we use maybe once or twice ever. And the worst part is that he knows. As for my cat and why we didn't just reupholster the scratching post / use sisal / wood, etc., the scratching post is over 3 years old and the wood's looking pretty bad. I'm intending on buying a new one tomorrow. And carpet's the only thing she'll scratch. She hates sisal and wood and won't touch either of them. Better that than us replacing the whole carpet in our apartment. And our next story. All documents need to be printed. This happened years ago when digital letters is not yet a norm. Our office usually receives letters / documents in PDF file and will later be printed and distributed accordingly. We have a copier guy / office boy / cleaner, we'll call him Copy Boy, which his responsibility includes keeping our office clean, copying letters and documents and distributing them. Now, while we have a high number of documents circulating daily, not all of them are printed and copied. Only some of the really important documents get to be printed, copied, and distributed. However, on this particular day, one of the bosses, let's call him Jerk Boss, is replacing our current boss, Big Boss, for several days during his business trip. Jerk Boss then gives instruction every morning to staff, including to Copy Boy. Jerk Boss is known to be a control freak, micromanaging, and quite difficult to cope with. This makes everybody in the office aware that Jerk Boss is going to make everyone's life difficult during Big Boss's business trip. One morning, Jerk Boss gives a memo to Copy Boy to print and distribute letters and documents, quite a lot, 20+ letter and documents in a PDF file. Copy Boy prints them, begins to copy them, printer and copier are separate devices, again this is years ago. Copy Boy stumbled across one huge file that he was instructed to be printed and distributed. This was no normal file of 5 to 10 pages. It was a 20-page report with an additional 387 pages of data attachment. This huge file was memoed to be copied to all recipients, around 14 people in this particular office. Copy Boy knows that Jerk Boss might have mistaken its memo, so he went to Jerk Boss to confirm, but then was scolded with, "Was it difficult for you to understand print and copy to all? Do I have to explain it again to you?" He then adds, "Don't you ever leave that job until it's finished." Cue Copy Boy then just copied all of them. All 387 plus 20 pages of useless report and its attachment to all staff in the office. Copy Boy went to the stockroom to take boxes of A4 copy paper just to finish this job, and he started copying from 10 a.m. in the morning. Our copy paper is just normal copier, not an industrial / pro copier. It often jams, and it took hours of copying to finish this job. Now, this is the only copier in our office, and due to it being used to copy that much, every other staff member needed to wait until it finished so they could use the copier. This stupid job, not only was it useless, but it delays other work as well. Jerk Boss is not amused why some of the needed documents are not ready yet, so he checks the copy boy and how he was surprised that the copy machine is being abused to copy 400 pages times 14 copies. He gets angry and scolded copy boy, but he simply replied, "I did as instructed. All documents copied to all staff in this room. No need to explain to me twice." "Why don't you tell me?" Copy boy says that he did and you scolded me. And many staff are also in the same room when Jerk Boss scolded Copy Boy, so Jerk Boss cannot deny. Defeated, Jerk Boss instructed Copy Boy to stop copying the 400-page file. It's been copied 12 times anyway, and tell him to continue with the other files. This time, Jerk Boss rechecks the file he instructed to print to avoid such stupid mistakes. Now, on every desk in that office stood a monument of Jerk Boss being a jerk. A 400-page document that were nowhere important, nor was it needed to be printed and copied. When Big Boss returned, he then saw those 400-page documents and finally learned on that incident. Jerk Boss was scolded by Big Boss later and often reminded again and again on how stupid and unprofessional his behavior was. Copy machines upgraded a couple of years later to a fully automated one. Nobody knows what to do with the document, and being an office document, you were not allowed to destroy them without supervision. Sounds like Big Boss, in the name of office camaraderie, should hold a document destruction bonfire and invite all the staff. And our last story. Entitled parent tries to steal $100K from her daughter. The cast: EM, entitled mom, lawyer, me. So for some background info, when I was 12 years old, I was hit by a drunk driver while crossing the street. I managed to survive with a few stitches and completely busted legs. EM refuses to take me to get physical therapy because she didn't think I needed it. We don't have the best relationship. Anyway, so the case went on and I was getting awarded $100K that was supposed to be with the bank getting interest. Well, at 16 years old, I moved out and finally made the big step and called the lawyer. So the lawyer told us that a few months before, my mom contacted her asking to have the money put with her bank. Now that seemed fishy, so the lawyer asked for my email address to contact me to make sure this is what I wanted. Well, surprise, surprise. I didn't know about it. The lawyer essentially gave my mom a big F you. After the lawyer told us the story, she said, "In all my years, I've never had a parent try to steal a kid's money from getting hurt. Leave it up to my mother to be one of a kind in the worst way possible." Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.